Cool, so great to have you with us. Could you just give us a little bit of an introduction as to who you are and kind of what you do with your work here?
It's John Fletcher. Most people call me Fletch, apart from my mum who calls me John. The Magic Academy, myself and Russell Earnshaw, we've got contacted, or we got Bobby White give us a call, actually out of the blue, and so I said, would you want to come and support handball rounds? Looking to support our coaches within the performance pathway. So we obviously said yes. We then very quickly started a Google Handball. We watched some stuff. We connected really well with Bobby. I think he's doing an awesome job, and that's why we're here.
So what's your remit within the regional programme for this weekend? What are you looking at doing with the coaches?
For this weekend it was around, so this morning they had some a carousel, some skill training, so just to go and observe, to notice some stuff generally about their coaching, some of their coach behaviour, some of their coaching skills, feed that back to the coaches, which we did, and then we spoke about some stuff that's going to make some difference really. So, what's the stuff that I'm noticing within other team sports that I can bring to them? What's the stuff that they're aware of in terms of their own environments and their experiences? Just kind of throw that out there, throw it together, try and make some connections for them in terms of the coaches. Can they get into some other environments? Can they have some conversations with some people? Do I have some experiences that would benefit it? Probably try to connect them with themselves as well. Often there's a significant amount of information within the on-coaching group type stuff. So yeah, that's kind of the purpose. And then this afternoon, yeah, just to catch up with them around the game. So there's some games going on.
Could you tell us a bit more about the game format, how they playing their games today?
Oh, I love it, to be honest. I think handball are doing a great job. So they mixed all their performance centres up. So they're in mixed teams. There is actually one team that's been selected. It's a team that's going out of Denmark. So they're playing, so they're going to get some court time together, which is important. Build some connections around that. They're coaching themselves. They're refereeing themselves on the most part. Yesterday, lots of them did the level 1, which I think is awesome in terms of for those players who may want to progress into coaching at some point. It's almost definitely going to support you being a better player anyway, if you think a little bit more like a coach. So the makeup and the setup of the weekend, Bobby and his team, I think, have done a great job of setting up a really good and effective 2.5 day camp.
And what do you think are the key next steps for handball in terms of driving forward the provisions for the coaches?
For the coaches, probably just I think they're on an upward trajectory. Really skillful coaches, been really impressed. We spoke a little bit up, so there's 3 areas I think we're going to focus on for a period of time. So one would be around stretch and support. So actually, what's current best practice? What are people doing to stretch the players who find it easy? And we need more challenge, and those players who find it more difficult. The other one would be around feedback. Actually, how can we be, from a team sport point of view as coaches, how can we be the most skillful around feedback, understanding how important feedback is within learning? And then the last one was around autonomy. How can we give the young players even more responsibility, more opportunities to not only self-organise, but to actually design and make decisions around where practice and where the game's going in terms of their own development. So that's kind of some areas that we're, at this moment in time, that's kind of where we are. Everybody would benefit from just experiencing some different environments and building a wider connection as coaches. Coaching can be quite a lonely place. We spend a huge amount of time thinking about how we can make others better. That occupies our thoughts a lot. I think we probably need to shift a little bit around, well, actually, how can I support myself being better? So actually to commit to some learning for yourself is often what coaches kind of they kind of miss that bit.
And finally, looking at on that note, what do you think other sports could learn from handball in terms of it as an organisation?
I think you're rocking it, to be honest. So definitely the stuff around the referees, so players to referee the game, I think gives them a good relay insight. Generally their behaviour towards the referees is really good at this level. Don't know what it's like at the seniors, but generally, as we've already mentioned, their coaching. So the fact that the young people do a coaching, so they're actually starting to think, and they're already on the journey as coaches. I think they're curious. Obviously, Bobby would be the person driving that. I think he's really curious. I think he's determined to get better. From a coaching point of view, they would probably be the main thing. From a player development point of view, they're going to have more contact time. People need to play handball more often. The environment needs to be more of a stretch. That's how they're going to compete. Coaching will be a big part of that, but coaching will just take them so far. I think player and coaching development needs to sort of come together on some stuff.
Cool, nice one.